I don't know why I have the word networking whenever I think of the company that was before Apigee. So
You know,
maybe it's just me.
it's actually totally fair because they had a little bit of a megalomaniac sort of founding concept, which is somebody's going to want to bet on a startup to do everything from layer 2 up through layer 7 networking. So the appliance that we provided, you could actually do you could change how you ARPed. Like, why would anybody want to do that? I don't know. But the thing is that it was built on a provenance of the wealthiest guy in networking, Raj Singh. He had one company that he built called Fiberlane Communications in 1995. By 97, it had been split and acquired for $13 billion. He sold Cerent, which was optical networking part of Fiberlane, to Cisco, and then Ciara was the DSL copper networking. He sold that to Redback, and that became the base of a lot of DSL infrastructure. So, like, that was a crazy thing. And then so when Raj decided he was going to get back into a thing, it was like 2004, and it was the first time they tried to hire me at Sanoa. I was at BEA at the time, and I just worked out the enterprise service bus strategy, which became Aqualogic, and we kind of helped create the ESB market. And he was like, "Oh, there's going to be so much traffic here. I want to create this, full stack networking, capability, but it's all going to be focused on like super fast, like layer 7 routing." Anyway, well, here's the crazy thing: is that Mashery and Apigee kind of built two halves of one business, right? And if we could have put them together in one company, we would have
Yeah.
had like the developer reach, velocity play. And I really think that the customer success management approach, it was just what Mashery did was so great. And at Apigee, we figured out how to take down the multi-million-dollar deals.
So
Right.
right,
So like the first thing that I had to do when I joined, right, September 28th, like I had like a week to write the strategy. So
what
I
year?
did that,
What
and then
year
I
is
had
this?
this
Sorry, Sam.
2009.
Ah,
I had a week to write the strategy and present it to the board, and then I had 2 weeks to close Netflix. And so I went and met Michael Hart from Netflix,
Oh
who
yeah,
joined
Michael.
from. So he joined from Microsoft, and he was going to run social for Netflix. But the first thing he figured out was like, in order to do social, you need APIs. I'm like, your
Yeah.
stuff is like borked. Like, what are we going to do? So they really wanted to have a super high scaling infrastructure, which coming up, was we were still Sanoa at the time was the right thing. And he goes, yeah, but we're kind of worried, and and I think there's a blocker. Like, we need the source code. We want it open source. I was like, I had just come off of 3.5 years of running
doing
open
this.
source in the hardest place on the planet, right at Microsoft. And just right there, I'm like, yes, we can give you the source. And I went back afterwards, and Chet goes, how'd the meeting go? Did you get Netflix? I said, yes, but we have to give them the source code. I told them that was fine. And he kind of goes, okay, because we really needed that customer. So that was
Yeah.
kind of the beginning of Apigee. Actually, was Mike Hart and the Netflix deal, and me deciding that in that moment, yes, we're going to give you the source code. The first
Yeah.
multi-million-dollar contract that we signed at Apigee was with AT&T. So we started that contract in June of 2010 when I met John Donovan and his team. He was the
Yeah.
CIO. And
Oh, it
then we
was.
closed that contract in April of 2011. It was a $10 million contract. It was a huge, huge impact. Like, you can draw a direct line from that work. We partnered with Sentia to do a bunch of stuff with AT&T and their early advanced development labs in Palo Alto to our IPO in 2015. Right? If they hadn't like had that vision, nothing would have happened. But